Alright, today we're going to be trying some different fuel injectors. So I have some deatschwerks 88-pound injectors in there. I've been having trouble tuning them. I've tried deatschwerks data, I've tried Chris Richards data, which is quite a bit different what deatschwerks is. And so I'm going to try a set of Pro M injectors. They're actually Lucas injectors, but they call them their own. So they give all the data for these injectors, so I'm gonna give them a try, see if I can tune these a little bit better. Alright, upper intake's off. Took, I don't know, 10 to 15 minutes. I've had it off so many times. Getting closer, I gotta get that spacer off, get some towels shoved down in there so I don't drop anything. And then we can start taking the fuel rails off. Alright, fuel rails out. You can see the difference between the deatschwerks and the Pro M injectors. These deatschwerks have I had to buy little adapters for them. What is it? I think it's the EV6 connector, or was it used car? How is it? Anyway, this one here, these ones here should need an adapter. This will plug right into the factory harness. Oh shoot, I forgot to put masking tape on my intake. I'll do that right now. But yeah, things going quick. So get these new injectors put on the fuel rail, and we'll keep going. It's a little side-by-side comparison between the injectors. They're a lot different, at least physically. The Pro M injector on the right, it is rated at a 75 pound per hour, and these deatschwerks on the right are, you can see they're a 927 cc, which is an 88 pound injector. But that's rated at 3 bar. That's 43.5 psi, which on this system they want you to run between 39 and 40. So really at that pressure, this is more like an 83 pound, I think, something like that. But yeah, way different visually. All right, old injectors are out. Jetronic, USCAR connector. That's what I was talking about. This is the adapter. I was using to go to my factory harness. Another thing I noticed is that these injectors are super lightweight. The Pro M ones that I just put in there have a significant more amount of weight to them. I'm no expert. I don't know if that means they're better quality, if they're going to work better, but I just couldn't get those deatschwerks injectors to tune correctly. I was trying all kinds of different slopes and stuff for them, and like I said, these Pro M injectors, which are made by Lucas, Chris Richards provides all the information right there on his website to put into the software. So I don't know, I guess we'll see if it still doesn't work, if I keep getting rich in lean codes on my O2 sensors. I guess I'll have to do another vacuum test, but I just did one not too long ago and couldn't find any vacuum leaks. So anyway, here we go. All right, fuel rails are back in with the Pro M injectors. All the fuel lines are attached. There's the feed, there's the return. I've looked at all the fuel injectors. Looks like they're all seated. But before we put the upper intake back on, we are going to turn the key and listen for leaks. So far, so good. Everything looks pretty dry for the most part. Let's come over here. Don't see anything. Everything looks dry. Fittings look dry. Okay. Figure I'd give you guys a little bit of live action. If you have one of these Edelbrock intakes, you have to buy a ratchet wrench to get that bolt in there. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a bolt in there. Yeah. And if you don't have a ratchet wrench, you're gonna have a bad time. All right, got everything back together. Took me about an hour and a half. It's about normal. So Pro M 75 pound fuel injectors are in there. And as far as I can see, everything's plugged in. Couldn't find any leaks. Next thing is I have to download the calibration into the computer now. Since I changed the size of the fuel injectors, I gotta change the fuel injector configuration. So this info here I got off of Pro-M's website for the fuel injectors I put in there. The low slope, the low flow rate will probably have to be adjusted a little bit. That's what they recommend doing by disabling the closed loop fuel control. You're disabling the O2 sensors, I believe, and then you adjust that low flow rate until you get to stoic lambda value of 1, and then your PI correction. What you can do is when your closed loop is enabled, check your PI correction, and it kind of shows you what kind of fuel adjustments the computer is making to give it the lambda value that it's asking for, and you want that to be around 1.0. I'm gonna go ahead and download it or upload the tune, but I can't start the car because little man is sleeping up there taking a nap, so might be a few hours before I can start this thing. All right, Pro-M system. Let's see. We have a USB connector going down to a USB. I don't know if you can see it glowing down there. That's actually a OSB 2 connector. The Pro-M system comes with an OBD2 connector, and we'll just plug this into the laptop. And then as you can see, we're offline. As we switch our ignition to on, you will see it say online. There we go. Now we're online. And let's see here. So we've got the new data for the fuel injectors already logged in. We also have the fuel, the fuel injector configuration, the offset numbers. This is something else I had to change between the Pro-M 75s and the deatschwerks 88s. This is some more data that's provided with the injectors on Pro-M's website. So yeah, so the way we do is we just go up here, we go to write all, and yes, some of the data has changed, so we need to hit yes. You're here. There it goes. You can hear it clicking. You can hear the fuel pump running. Something else cool about this system is that you can go into, let's see here, where's the fuel pump? Here's the fuel pump. You can actually go into the fuel pump configuration. There we go. We'll drag this over here. You can actually change how long your fuel pump primes for. So I've got it primed for 10 seconds. As far as I know, that's as long as you can make it prime. I just did 10 seconds because I want to make sure all the air's out of the system before I try and start the car. I don't know, I think factory's only like 1 second or something like that. But yeah, one of the cool features about this system. So hopefully in my next little clip I'll be firing this thing up and taking it for a drive, and we'll see if we need to make any adjustments to the low flow rate. All right, here we go. So I've got the car up to temperature, and I'm just adjusting my low slopes. I had to bring my low flow rate down to about 90.5, and as you can see, my correction it's actually a little bit on the underside now. It's close. That left side there, bank 1 is pretty much dead on. Bank 2 is correcting a little bit, but not bad. So anyway, we'll go for another little drive here and see what happens. All right, let's do a third gear pull here. Ignore the battery. happy with it. You can see setting here at temperature, the PI correction is pretty close. I pretty much kept the values that came with the fuel injectors. I think I brought the low flow rate down maybe half a point. And yeah, so far so good. I'm pretty happy with it. So no check engine lights. So far I'm having much better luck with these than I did with the deatschwerks. I do need to bring my idle down just a little bit though. But other than that, I think we're good. Thanks for watching, guys.